Addiction is not a death sentence.
You are now about to witness the greatest show on earth.
Music in Mayhem.
Music and Mayhem.
I'm Manny Vitale.
It's Skyler Ray, baby.
This is Music in Mayhem.
Addiction is not a death sentence. Remember that, folks. What's going on, everybody? I'm Manny Vitale, co-host of Music in Mayhem with the one and only Skyler Ray. And it is Wednesday. Mm-hmm. It is March the 19th. And look at that. I did it all without asking OG.
Yes, you did.
How's that? Not bad, huh? So what is going on, everybody? It is another beautiful day here in Detroit, Michigan. We had some nice weather. We had beautiful 71 degrees here, getting ready for tomorrow, which everyone knows. Tomorrow is the first day of spring. So what does that mean for Detroit, Michigan? We're supposed to get snow tomorrow. So that's all right, man. That's part of the mayhem. Let's get OG.
I'm already starting. Amber's already on. I love it. I love these folks. They just right on time.
In the house doing the OG thing. Yeah. You got anything? You know, LG was yelling at me and Skyler. She's like, "It's 7:02, boys. It's 7:02." We're like, ish.
Amber, one quick question before they kick me off to the green room. Have you ever heard of the word oxytocin?
Oh my God.
Okay, you can just say yes or no or whatever. But anyway.
Okay.
You can put me in the green room.
Okay. Anyways, OG.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
And now it's time for the other half. This dynamic duo, the one and only Skyler Ray is in the house.
Yes,
What's
indeed.
going on?
I'm doing good.
What is happening?
What do you mean?
It is a beautiful day in the neighborhood.
Mm-hmm.
It is a beautiful day in the neighborhood, man. A lot of good things are happening. We just got back from Texas. That went great. And now just posted up, kind of resting, but trying to fire up and get things going for the next show. Get ready and prepared, you know?
Hey, man. Always running, always moving. What's today? It was absolutely gorgeous here in Detroit. We got 71 degrees or so. What was the weather like in your way today?
Texas was surprisingly
where you're at now in Oregon. Oregon.
It's all right. Oregon. I don't know what the temperature is, but it's all right. It's all right. The sun's out.
Good.
You know,
that's right.
Well, that's right. It's like 1 o'clock or whatever.
Yes, indeed. No, I mean, it's chill. It's chill. It ain't rainy, which it was when we left. So that's always a good thing.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
It's always a good thing, man. We got all these people chiming in already. Tyler, Lori, Amber, Robbie. All right, man. Good to see you guys. Yeah, we got a bunch of shit going on, man. Like Sky was just saying, him and Kayla, they're always busy between shows and meet and greets and meetings and all their good stuff, sharing the word there. You just got back from Texas, right?
Yeah, I did. Austin, Texas. We did.
What happened there?
We did a podcast, Two Addicts and a Moron. It went really well.
I love that.
Right? Well, you know what the funny thing is? So it's called Two Addicts and a Moron. So they have, I thought, 3 hosts. And so Joey is the sober guy who's never dealt with addiction, right? And so he's the moron, right? And so two addicts and a moron. And it's funny because we were going and the whole time I was like, man, is there a host sick? What's happening? And then we had somebody filming us, the technical guy. And I was like, oh, he must be the other addict. I get it. 2 addicts and a moron make this show. I get that. You know what I'm saying? I was like, he's got to be in recovery, right? And so next thing you know, at the end, it finally clicked. And I was like, oh, I'm the other addict. You have the host that's an addict, then you have the moron who's a normie, and then I'm the other addict. And I was like, that makes sense. So it was funny because at the end of the interview, I don't know if it'll show up, but I was like, oh my God. I was like, am I the other addict? Because I was thinking the whole time. And they're like, yeah. And I was like, this whole show I was sitting there. That's crazy. So
you're like, where's the other chair? You know, where's the other mic? You know?
That's what I was wondering. I was like, maybe only 2 hosts showed up today. And then I was like, oh, it's got to be the audio guy. Duh. You know what I'm saying? I was like, that's an easy one. 1 second. We got
King Handsome's in the house.
Hi, King Handsome.
Whoa. And there's the one only
Pound it.
Pound cake, pound. Where's Susie the Wonder Dog?
Under
is
my-
act-
under
oh,
my
she
feet.
did come in.
Mhm.
Susie the Wonder Dog was laying over by the door looking at all the ducks and the geese outside, but now she's in here
That makes
chilling.
sense.
But
Mhm.
That makes
yeah, man, just a lot going on. So I know you showed me just some of the stuff, the schedule and all that, and then while you were there, they pretty much added on to it. So what all you
There's a lot.
going on now,
There's a lot
man?
more added on. What'd you say?
I said, so now was that added on, or is that stuff coming up? Because there was some of it when we were in New York, or we're going to Connecticut. Was
That's
that all
August.
part of
That's
that?
August. Yeah, it's all later on in the year, man. It gets crazy. It gets crazy. Still waiting a call back from Texas. I don't think New York's gonna happen. That looked like it might not happen, which would be good because it's supposed to be the 27th, and you guys land the 27th, so that means we could hang out the 28th. We could film. We could shoot a music video. The 29th, I had in Massachusetts for a show. Then the 30th, the show in Connecticut. Then the 31st, I had to Houston, Texas for a show, but I could only be there for like the day, and then I got to fly back to Portland. Or I'd fly back to Portland the next morning, literally land, hop in the car, and drive to the next show. So, I mean, that's just that right there. We got my man Mike right here, one of the most humble people I've ever met. The love that him and Kayla have for each other is something everyone should strive for. Thanks for coming on, Two Addicts and a Moron. So that is one of the hosts right there. That is one of the addicts. That's not the moron.
So,
that's the
which one is that now?
That's the addict right
okay.
there. Yes,
How you
indeed.
doing, Mike?
So we had a fun time there, and that's going to be crazy. So Texas, we did Two Addicts and a Moron. And then we headed over to Sober By, which is their version of a sober South by Southwest. And we went over there and I just networked. I wasn't performing. I just went over there and networked, met some people. I got a chance to meet my guy, Sean Livingston from I Am Redemption podcast. Also got a chance to meet my guy Boz, or Benice is his real name, but everybody calls him Boz. But he does a lot of big things out there in the recovery world. And so I just wanted to go out there and network with him. Also, while I was out there, I talked to my guy, Tim, right there. He's in Nebraska. We got something set up for Nebraska in October.
Right.
But yeah, man, it was a lovely trip. Me and Kayla had tickets to go see Joe Rogan's Comedy Club.
Good.
Great.
Who was there?
Yeah, that was quite the experience. It was a roast battle. And so, like, we got a chance to see a couple famous comedians come on and just roast each other. And I mean, it was affordable entertainment,
Good.
So we enjoyed it. Other than that, we basically just rested because you're running so hard. You get up at 3 a.m., you land straight to a podcast, straight to a festival, straight to, so you got to get your rest in between.
Woo.
Yeah, I mean, I tell you, it's a lot of people. When I first started doing this shit, it was the shows. Like I said before, I'd always hear people like that were doing these shows saying how busy doing this, doing that, and not doing it the way they were. I was like, hey, you're just kind of hanging out, sitting here talking. Okay, woo, But then, after I got into it, started doing it, and actually started making some headway. Like you said, it's different when you just like, I'm very fortunate, man. Just like you, I get up in my studio's where I live. So I just go in the other room, get the studio fired up. But then when you start to go on other shows and other out of state and stuff like that, like when we go to New York every 6 weeks, we fly out in the morning, and like what we were usually doing is we'd land at 2, and then go right to the studio, start shows like at 3, till 8:30, 9 o'clock, leave, go back to the hotel, chill, go back to the studio first thing in the morning, do that all day. And I was just like, oh, okay.
It's now, so much, bro. It is so much.
But man, it's going to be a lot of fun, man. I know we do actually head out a week from Friday. We are back to New York, back to Connecticut. So I'll get make sure that the video or the cell is all prepped and ready for you for your video.
Yeah, I'm excited for that. I'm excited, man. No, it's like not everything is supposed to work out, and the New York thing is kind of in limbo. And if there's a few requirements met, then we could head over there and do that, which would be the 27th. But if not, there's no point of forcing it, man. I really look forward to seeing you guys. On top of that, like Coach flies me out, so like he always gets top priority, right? Because like he flies us out, he puts us up. Like when we're in Connecticut, if like Coach wants us, Coach needs us, like he gets us without a doubt, right?
Yeah.
And so like that's what I like to do when people bring us out. Like I have such value for people that say, "Hey, Skyler and Kayla are worth it. I'm gonna spend some money to bring them out." You know, because I want them a part of what we are doing. And so it's like that opens up an extra free day to be able to hang out. So that's why I said if not all requirements are met, then it's like there's no point of forcing anything. Hey, maybe we'll catch you next year. If not, like we have days open. So just let me know. You might just have to fly us out now, but like it's not the end of the world. It's not all be all. Not everything's supposed to work, and that's okay with me. We're so busy anyways. And plus doing like if we do the New York on the 27th and then podcasting and music video the next day Massachusetts and then Connecticut and then Houston and then Portland, like that's 5 days of just I'm gonna be tore down. And then we have stuff early September. And it's like we might be heading back out after the first weekend of September. I think we're heading back out to New York for something different. A different show. So it's like it's a lot. And so like I'm not upset. You know what I'm saying? I'm doing this forever. So
that's right.
It's not like a one and done. You know, and it's just one of those things. You know, just like we said the very first time doing this stuff, man, it was we never, you know, we said we weren't gonna force anything. You know, it wasn't gonna be one of those things where writing stuff down and so okay, this date at this time we got to do this and then we got to do this. It was like, you know what?
It's not how life works.
No, it's like if this shit's meant to be, it's going to happen, and we just let it go at that. And then next thing you know, it's like one thing led to another, and then it literally all fell together without us doing anything, because everything fell together in August because of the event with Coach, and it just so happened that we didn't have to redo anyone's schedules because you guys were already going to be there. And it was just so happened that we were scheduled to fly out. So we're going to be there, and it just worked out perfect. So just like you said, you know what?
And on the 27th, we arrive at noon. Well, 11:44. We arrive to White Plains at noon, so we can be at the studio by 12:30, 1 o'clock. Easy.
Yeah, because we've got, that'll work. That way you're not rushing.
We're not rushing. It's early.
Exactly. So it's all good. It's all good.
And if it happens, it happens.
Bro. I enjoy my days off. Coach always gets me a nice room. So I you know what I'm saying? I always feel bad. Always like leaving. Like this is like probably the most busy I'll be on. This is our third year with Coach. And shout out to everybody who books us, man. We have so many third years and fourth year bookings that like every year it's mandatory they bring us out. And that's something they choose on their end. And it really is a cool thing. I'm 100% blessed. But no, Coach always takes care of us, man. Coach is the real deal. And so I'm excited. I'm excited to go out there. That trip's going to be a little crazy. There's definitely going to be some bunches like that throughout this year. But that's what we do it for, man. We grind and hopefully we stay booked, and that's what's happening. So who am I to argue with my blessings?
That's right, man. It's just, you'll never hear. I mean, it's not complaining. It is just talking about the schedule, and it's hectic. So you're just talking about it. It's not like,
it's fabulous.
Well, that's just like I was telling OG. These are wonderful things to be complaining about, being busy. It's like, we're going to be in Connecticut. Now, we're going to be in Alabama. Now we're going to be in Virginia or Washington. It's just like, okay,
Yay.
you know how busy it's going to be? Yes, thank God. Because the alternative is nobody wants to see you at all, and that would really suck.
Yeah.
So
I'm lucky. I know so many artists from my own city and state, and so many local artists that like hope to get on a show or things like that. So the fact that people want to fly us out, put money in our pocket, invest in us, it's like, yo, that's amazing,
That's
right?
fabulous. That's wonderful.
It really is. It really is.
Well, we're also, as you guys know, that are all, with your comments and all that, please, man, if you are celebrating anything special at all, of course, as always, if you want to throw your sober dates out there, throw them out. If you've got anything else going on, if you've got birthdays, if you got anniversaries, if you've got divorce dates, if you've got anything at all that you're celebrating and you want to share it, please share it with us, man. So just throw some throw some dates out there, some occasions of what they might be. And if there's just anything that you want to tell us about you guys, man, just you're part of this. You're the reason we're here.
That's right.
And I don't. Did you get a chance? Did you see it too? We could throw this out there while we're chit chatting.
The notes didn't update on my end.
It didn't go through.
No.
Oh, okay. I have no idea what I did. So what? We always throw some stuff out there to chit chat about while we're kind of going through some things. And this is just to throw out for all of us. So for everybody, let's see. We were going over everything from triggers to when you were your first communication with someone, whether it's family, friend. Who was the first person that you had contact with, or basically like a confrontation, or approached you that there was an issue with addiction? Was it a family member, a friend? Who was it that first approached you? And are you still in a relationship with that person? Are you still on are you
Good
okay?
terms?
Are you still good terms? Because I know some people, man, who have that original confrontation with somebody, and it doesn't have to be a confrontation, but sometimes people don't know how to approach somebody dealing with addiction, and it can get ugly. So just throwing this out there, man, just as a conversation piece, was, who is the first person in your life that approached you and said, hey, listen, for me, it was my cousin. My cousin said, hey, listen, cuz, there might be a problem here. And my response was, instead of being responsible, you're right, was, well, fuck, man, you're out drinking just as much as I am. So I just threw the responsibility, and it was everyone's fault but mine. But mine was my cousin. And so just throwing that out there.
Yeah, I think Maria Anderson said my spouse.
Oh yeah.
Those are usually the first people that get the rough of it. I
Yes.
don't know. I would probably say my dad. Which
What did he say to you?
he said, "Don't kick it with OG." No, I'm joking. No. He just told me, basically like, hey, drinking's fine, smoking's fine, but don't be messing around with the other stuff. Basically, like, get your shit together. Don't need the meth. Get away from that. That's not good. Basically, just like, but it came from like a real loving standpoint. I wouldn't say it was like, it was not no way, shape, or form aggressive. It was no way, shape, or form like, putting me down. It was just like a heart to heart, basically letting me know like, this is a bad path you're on. I would say that's probably the first one that comes to mind. Was he the first? I'm not sure, but that's definitely one that comes to mind.
See, that's cool though, because that was a positive, the way to present something. That's the way that, if we could tell anyone and give any advice for someone who's wondering how to approach a loved one, that's the way to do it, man, without judging them or putting them down. Because believe me, we already feel like shit, and we know, even though we don't admit it.
Yes, we do.
But no, that's right. And usually it is the ones that care about us the most. And it's the ones, like Skyler said, that the ones that we are hurting the most, that we just lash out at and all that stuff. So, that's true. And
Shauna Lynn said it was her mother.
I was just going to say my ma, yes. And God bless her, because I was a piece of shit, boy, the things that I said and the way I acted. And,
And she still loves you.
Oh man, God bless her. She's an angel. So yeah, between my cousin, my mom. So this is out to everyone who stood by our sides, man. God bless you all. You are heroes.
Absolutely. It isn't easy. It really isn't. And just remember, if you do have that conversation with somebody, approach it out of love. Create a safe environment. Make sure that not only are you giving advice and preaching, but you are also listening.
Yes.
You want to make sure it's not just a one-way road in the conversation where you're telling them what they should and shouldn't do, and then you're not willing to listen. That could definitely lead to feeling judged and then also being left out. So
Amberlynn was her parents.
Yeah, and you're gonna probably see that, like we were saying, we saw with the one, it was basically, spouse. It's gonna be the ones who have the most contact with you, the ones that you see the most, and it's not gonna be the ones that you're out partying with because they're not gonna say shit, which isn't true. Yeah, I mean, they might, but it's the ones who see the worst of you, which isn't the fun partying guy and one who's having a good time at the parties. It's the ones who see us the aftermath, the hungover, the overdose, the I'm in jail again, all those things. That's the people that we love that are coming to help us that we're shitting on. So God bless them all. And yeah,
Absolutely.
let's see what else we
And
got.
Tyler was his dad.
Tyler's dad. I remember that.
I think a lot of people, family is the ones that are able to do it, are willing to do it, just because they see the direct change, especially like with parents, if they've raised you, they notice that shift, right? As addicts, we think we're slick. We think no one knows, but best believe if the world knows, your parents know. And so they're able to be able to tell these things, your schedule changes, your habits and things that you do on a daily basis has now shifted because they are no longer priorities in your life. And therefore they are able to tell the first, like you're like right away, there's sure signs that are like, hey, my loved one's using, my son's using, my daughter's using, I could tell. And therefore they want to be able to point it out because they want to be able to hopefully redirect us before it gets too late.
Yeah, and it's tough, man. I mean, it's just you see this stuff, and with a lot of the parents, I mean, you're going to have some occasions where the person is in that environment where maybe the household, man, growing up, maybe mom and dad are doing drugs and drinking. Maybe the people are coming in the house. It's just that party house where you're raised that way. But then when you get the situation where it's the family, the mom, dad, brother, sister, the spouses who aren't in that lifestyle, who aren't the big partiers, who all of a sudden their brother ends up being like us, basically. And all of a sudden one day, like Coach, when he told his story, he basically found out about his son when he got the call about him overdosing. That's how much he hit it. And you're blindsided. So now your first instinct is to lash out because you're so upset. You could have died. And it's that anger that they're being hit with right off the bat because they don't know how to approach it. So that's why, our platform and all the other platforms like ours is so important because, we can help, suggest the best way to, have these conversations, to make it a positive, like you and your dad, man, to have it a positive experience is the best. So that's cool, man.
It definitely is. It opened me up to listen. And I mean, I've already acknowledged I shouldn't be doing it before he even pointed it out. So when he did, it's like, okay, now people are catching on. Of course, that didn't stop me from doing what I did. I definitely went down my path, but that was just the answer to the question. We do have some people in here. Shauna says, my mom and I shared a family plan with T-Mobile, and that was when we didn't get unlimited calls and texts, and our phone bill ended up being over $900.
Okay.
That's a lot. That was over 16 years ago when I first tried to get sober, and it's taken this long for me to get it. Congratulations, Shauna. We're extremely proud of you.
Awesome.
Tyler said, my dad came at me like a best friend to tell me basically to get sober, that he notices it. We have a lot of people with comments in here, guys. Let's see. We got Amber right here. My mom used to wait up for the morgue to call, and my dad asked me what funeral home I wanted, justifiably so.
Ouch.
Wow. Hey, you know
That's
what?
crazy.
You get it. We always hear which the best approach, and you'll hear all these different angles that we are hit with. You get the all the tender loving care, the big hugs. It's going to be okay. It's going to be this and that. Then you get the other ones. You're a piece of shit. You're ruining your life. The good cop, bad cop, and everything in between. And to that, I say, you know what? Use whatever works. I've had people that I've talked to since I started doing this, and they're like, what's the best way to talk to somebody? What's the best way to approach it? And it's just to keep approaching it, never to stop, never to give up. My my friend, my brother Rick. I've known him for. I'm 59. I've known him for probably 50 years, and his youngest son passed away, overdose, and I watched them grow up, the kids. And I had Rick on the show, and I remember at the very end, Rick said, "I want to just talk to the family and friends of, you ask what you should do, and you should never stop trying. If you tried this, and if you hear, oh, I already tried that, try it again. I already said this, say it again. Keep saying it, because you get some people that say, you know what, I'm washing my hands of it. I'm done." If you do that, be ready for the consequences, because when you do totally cut someone out, and sometimes that has to happen. Excuse me. Sometimes, depending on the situation, I mean, as you know, Skyler, man, the shit that we throw at, and I say we as addicts, we can be freaking ruthless, and we could say and do things that are totally unforgivable. And we have to face the circumstances and the consequences with that. So
take a look at King
And that's
Hansel's
because hurt
comment.
people.
King
Hurt
Hansel.
Yes.
Oh,
What'd you-
yeah. King Handsome. I met my dad when I was 18, and from 18 to 22, I used to give him free eight balls. That's the only relationship me. So here, that was, I mean, when you think about a father-son relationship, you think about going, I mean, so-called whatever normal is, going to the ball game and sharing tools, working on a car. Yeah, me and my old man, I used to give him free eight balls, But you know what? That's
Happy Father's Day.
In some
Happy Father's Day.
families, that is normal. That's considered normal. It's just insane, man. And just like, so never judge somebody, man, because you don't know what you'll hear people also say, well, that's not normal. Can you please tell me what normal is? Because I sure as hell don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, let's see what else we got here.
Absolutely.
I don't.
We got Amber. I don't have anger with my parents. They're still there for me. I just feel bad for what I put them through. I think that's a normal response. To not be angry at them, but feeling bad for what you put them through. Right? It's kind of like a survivor's guilt, or almost like you feel bad for your actions. But at the end of the day, I am sure that they are extremely proud of you for changing your life. And being able to see you make a difference, right, and give forth that effort. And I know so many parents and so many people were like, man, I would do anything. So the fact that, like, if you're able to do it, I'm sure they're like, it was worth doing everything, even though everything failed, because they're sober now.
Yeah.
And so I think that's the difference maker.
Yeah, and like you nailed it when you said about them being proud. Because I can say, man, I mean, some terrible things, man, conversations with my mom, and just terrible things. And I remember I said that story one time that she was so upset, and I could care less. All I cared about was getting away from that table, that conversation, and going out and having another drink and not hearing it, even though my own mom was so upset. And, it was probably a year or so later after being, sober, having this conversation with my mom, and I got upset because I started thinking about that day, and our mom's way, in a forgiving way. My mom said, "Oh, it's okay." No, it's not okay. And I remember feeling so good that I felt so terrible, because in the past I wouldn't have given a shit. So that's, that self, kind of evolving, where it's like, okay, there is hope, because now I feel bad about.
And now she loves you coming over.
Now we have a great, so it's worth it, man.
It's a family Sunday.
It is so worth it. Like you said, the pride that they have for us. King Hands, happy Father's Day.
Yes, indeed. Happy Father's Day. Hit him with that eight ball.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh, there you go. Did you see that one? Where'd it go?
Hold on.
There you go. There you go. Shauna got a little pound cake.
Shauna, we appreciate you. No, pound cake's a little active today, so I keep having to like move her and bring her up, and then Kayla's home, so then like she'll run out there to go see mama and then want to run back in here. She's very indecisive, and so that's why I keep muting, keep doing stuff, because now she's putting her head in the chair pretending she's sleeping. So, but you just saw me just move her 20 seconds ago, a minute at most, but she's good for now. Every time it gets around time, she knows it. She has an internal clock, so you can't say anything about it. because she's just waiting. She starts getting like antsy and starts crying and hopping up and down, and
Mhm.
she's expecting what's given to
Yep.
her at 5 p.m. my time.
You ever take her for walks?
See, that's,
I do sometimes. She doesn't like to walk unless it's me and Kayla both.
Ah, wow.
She
Okay.
don't, because like if she leaves, unless I take her to the dog park, she'll go to the dog park. But other than that, she doesn't like to go on a walk unless we both go, because she feels like my thinking is if I take her, she feels like Mama's gonna come home and then miss her. You know what I'm saying? Or like, what if Mama comes home then leaves again and she never got a chance to see her? And same with me. I feel like if Kayla goes to take her, she doesn't go because she's wondering, what's Daddy? Where's he at? Where's he coming? Is Daddy gonna come home and look for me and I not be there? So she's a very strange stickler, and she don't like to walk with her leash. She walks really good with us and she has pretty good recall, right? She always stays by her hips because she's afraid of everything.
Oh.
But you throw like a leash on and stuff and take her out in public, sometimes she throws fits.
Oh.
She wants off her leash, but it's like, I can't let you off your leash because there's other people and dogs walking around. But if
That's
I'm like
right.
walking around like the pasture and things like that, then she's good. We just keep some treats with us, because you give one jiggle to that treat bag and she comes running.
Ah.
There must be some with our fur babies today too, man. Because at earlier this afternoon, I did a show with Brad McLeod. They did this 2 years later. What are they doing now? And I was a guest on that show. And so I'm in the studio right here, and I was using my phone instead of the studio, so I had that set up. And of course, Susie jumps up here, and usually she'll just lay down. Man, I tell you what, as soon as we started rolling, she reaches over, grabs the tripod with her paw, and starts dragging it. So I'm like, so I'm grabbing it. I'm like, okay, and I put it back down. And then also I had my earpods plugged into the phone. She grabs those and starts I'm like, son of a bitch. She was in rare form today, boy.
Okay.
They're
Rare
doing
form.
something. No,
Oh,
Cakes is
man.
always afraid. Cake's always afraid because we have there's a couple acres where we live, and so then like right next to us is a bunch of like farmland. And so like where we're at, anytime, a lot of times like the people next to us, the neighbors always have people working on like the farm, and so they have like tractors. They come in rolling with like buses, letting people off to go work for the day and things like that. And so anything that like Cake sees, she's out. She wants back inside. She wants no part of it. She don't care if she's got to
Wow.
hold it 5 more hours. We're done. Conversation's done. She sees it and she's like, and hightails it, turn around and books it straight to the garage. And I'm like, all right, we'll let you back in.
Yeah, I tell you, some of the I had a big ass shepherd husky, big dog, man, and something happened when he was littler, and I remember a top friend of mine worked for a vet, and they said their ears are so sensitive because with like thunder or loud, I mean, he was terrified. It got to the point if it was raining really hard on the awning, and even just the roof, just a heavy rain, he'd start panicking just because of the sound. Where some of my other dogs, man, they'd be laying out there in the storm, they could care less. But yeah, I mean, they're they with their sensitive ears and all this stuff. But yeah, she's just chilling right
Cake's
now.
definitely a fraidy cat. That's for sure. She's afraid of everything.
Yeah, that's how
It
Ben
don't matter
was.
what it is. It don't matter if it's something coming down the house or coming down the stairs. It's funny because she's afraid of boxes, but like we carry up so many big boxes every time we go down, like every day, up and down for our business, right?
Yeah.
And
She's like, son of a bitch.
she hides in the room and stuff behind the gate, and she's just hiding, peeking out behind the curtain.
Oh, she was
Yeah,
crazy about that. Is you just brought up boxes though. Susie, I mean, which I didn't know with these, cats, that's like their playground, man. If I throw like a paper bag, plastic bag, or a box, screw any cat toys. If they have all these sections for the like $20, $40, whatever. You don't need that, man. My ties that I pull out of my hoodies, you got those because she throws them around. The a box or anything for shopping, you throw that down. She's in heaven, man. Just
An
in
elastic
heaven.
hair tie.
Anything, boy. She just has a ball. But
that's good. That's good. Cats could be cheap entertainment.
oh
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
Holy shit, you are not kidding.
We get Cakes treats from a place called Mud Bay. It's kind of like a higher end pets snack place. And we go there for the snacks. But she does have this monkey every morning that she likes to fight. After she has her breakfast, she goes in bed and fights it, and then sucks on its face. She'll literally have like half the stuffed animal's head in her mouth, and it's a big stuffed animal. It's like longer than her body, and she just lays on it and just sucks its head like a little baby.
Ooh.
Just you see her cheeks going in, making sucking sounds. Yeah.
Do you
Oh
ever
my
go? There's on TikTok, I think it's called Rockstar.
Oh,
It's a
it's
guy
good.
who does the voiceover of dogs and cats. Like it's oh my God, I'll sit there. The one time I couldn't sleep, my back was really bothering me before my surgery, and it was killing me. I went out. I'm in the front room and I'm looking at this. Next, it was like 2 hours later. I'm still watching it. This guy. It's like
He's good.
the dog will sit there. And it's like it'll start to whine or bark, and it'll be moving its mouth, and the guy just
Puts words in it.
I think it's called Rockstar. So if you get a second, check it out.
Does like
TikTok.
voiceovers for the dog.
Oh
like
yes,
how they're-
yes.
the dogs,
yes.
the cats, and how they talk, and it's like him talking.
That's
Funny as hell. And usually it's like yeah, whatever. But yes, we got that. And you know what? Just to throw one more little.
Oh,
you
while
know,
you're while you're looking at that,
we-
Amber wants to know: was Pound Cake a rescue?
I mean, technically, yes. I know the breeder, so I know the breeder that they have them, but the dogs go for like 5,000. And it's a little too much. So they sell English bulldogs for 5,000. But then they sell retired females for like 1,500. They retire them at year 2. They only do like 1 or 2 litters, so they still could have a long, healthy life. I found this breeder because they focus on health, and that's the most important thing because English bulldogs have terrible health. And so with that being said, out of all the breeders in the country, I looked up quite a bit. I was happy with Bruiser Bulldogs. And so once I found out the 5,000 asking price, I was like, it's a little steep, especially like if we're flying out, we got to get back cross country home. So we're looking like $7,000 out the gate. Plus you probably got to have the nose surgery, which is like $3,000. So 10,000 is a lot for a furry friend, but I was set on having an English bulldog. So I told myself, what about a retired female? And so I was in talks with him. I made buddies with him, and he hit me one day. And this is why I say technically Cakes is a rescue, although she's like AKG registered, everything like that. She's like 100% pure blood, comes from good breeder, right? But he hit me one day and said, I have somebody who adopted a dog for me. She'd be 2 years old now. And the thing is, though, she went through a bad breakup, can't have the dog no more. She's actually a vet. The lady's actually a vet, and she became a good friend of mine. But said that, if you're able to make it to her, she'll give you the dog for free. So we went out there, we got Pound Cake. Her name was Daffodil. We went out there and we got her, and she's already had all the nose surgeries. A lot of English bulldogs' eyelids go in, so those have to have surgery or they'll go blind. So she spent like 10,000 on the dog between surgeries and like the 5,000 asking price, and we got it for free. So I'm very grateful for that. Yes, we paid to get out there and get home and hotels and rent a car and gas, but it was worth it. So we were able to drop the prices significantly. So yes, Cakes is technically a rescue dog, but I know the breeder she came from and everything like that. So good girl who's full-blooded, and I'm happy with the product. She's great health.
She's beautiful.
Yeah, that's right too. I tell you, people, when it comes to like prices and stuff like that, and you get the people like us who love our animals, man, and they're just part of the family. And then you get these other idiots. It's like, they're stupid animals, whatever, and they don't understand it. It's just they're part of the family. And you were just talking about the price on that, and I've always had rescues. I think all my dogs combined were maybe like $400 right? Because of the rescues and all that.
But is that a preference you like?
My aunt, when I was little, growing up with my dogs, my aunt rescued everything. It didn't, if it was a stray, didn't matter what kind of animal. She just was that type of lady, just a beautiful heart. And I remember as I got older, she said, you got to promise me when you get to that point where you want to get your own pet, your own animal, man, to get a rescue, because they need this. And that just stuck with me, and I did it. But when you were talking about the prices, it's funny you brought that up. Today on the news, we're sitting there watching, and they had this dog. It was a cross between a wolf and a Caucasian shepherd, something or other.
Whatever that
it
is.
was the promo for the next news article that was coming up about the dog was most expensive dog, $5.4 million for this dog. And I was just like, yeah, my rescue dog over the Humane Society, $20. Oh, I got to give him shots. Okay, another $50. Okay. So
See, I don't mind a good rescue dog, but I know people that got bad ones. I know people that got
yeah.
bad
Yeah.
ones.
Yeah.
I know somebody who the people are like, oh, it's a good dog. He got into a car wreck. He'll be better in about a month or two, and it's never healed. Years later, it's still dragging its back end. Never will walk. There's thousands and thousands of dollars into this. The dog's aggressive. It bites everybody. And they're like, oh, he's a sweetie when you get him. And like, oh, he'll be good walking in a month. So I do know a lot of rescue dogs that are very aggressive, very wild, that like
Yeah, you don't
didn't
know.
show those symptoms until people adopted them. Also, like won't stop peeing, afraid of everything, chews up everything. So that's my only thing with like rescue dogs. I know there are some good ones, but there's a lot of crazy ones. And that's why like I'm open-minded. Was like, I want a bulldog, so I want to get one from a breeder with good health. And out of all of them, this breeder, he grabs dogs from all over the world. He has dogs from like the Middle East. He goes to different countries to go get dogs. And then he gets them and brings them back. He's in their 11th generation right now of their breeding.
Wow.
So like they're super good. And that's why she's like much littler, because in the 70s when they started doing show dogs, everybody wanted to breed a bigger bulldog. They wanted to breed them to have lots of wrinkles, things like that. And that's why where a lot of the health went out the window for English bulldogs. Is because all the breeding. So like all the big fat ones, those are overbred for show dogs. Pound Cake is a much smaller one. She's about half the size, if even that. And they're little. They're more based like the college logo bulldogs back from the 1940s. And that's when health for them was a lot better. They usually typically see an extra 3 out of 4 years, because an average bulldog, English bulldog, only lives 8 to 10 years.
Wow.
yeah.
So
yeah, just like
and a lot of them die like year 5, 6, just because of their health. And so I was like, if I'm going to get my favorite dog, I want to make sure that like it comes from a proven family. And I know, like, of course, anything can happen. They get cancer, they can get anything, right? Injury, slip and fall. But it's like, if I'm going to get an English bulldog and make it my family, like I want it to be happy and healthy. And so that was my reasoning behind it. All for rescue dogs, but I do know some people that kind of got screwed. No, quite a bit of people that got screwed by the Humane Society and different rescue dogs, just because they'll say whatever, just so they don't have to put them down or don't have to feed them no more, or the adoption thing. And then it's like, yeah, you probably gave him some drugs to help him walk, but as soon as he left, the drugs were out, he's dragging his back end again.
Yeah, you definitely got to be careful, man, because that's one thing.
Yeah.
I mean, every one of mine were, and they were awesome. It just took a little bit more time and all that, but they were excellent. Just looking over here at our comments, we've got Tim Sheehan, 6/13/09 sober date. Congratulations.
Absolutely.
Becca Watkins, May 13th, 24. All right, congratulations to you.
Amber Lynn is 7/4/13. She was back.
When is it? 7?
Yeah, 7/4/13.
Congratulations.
Uh-huh.
Awesome, guys.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah, you guys are doing incredible, man. Keep dropping them clean dates. I'm extremely proud of you guys. I know it isn't easy, but you guys are waking up every day and choosing recovery. So kudos to yourself.
Mm-hmm.
I was just looking at this.
Yes,
Becca
indeed.
Watkins found my purebred rot on Craigslist, met the breeder and all that. Yeah, and the thing is too with these dogs, some of the dogs too. I know I've always had the bigger dogs, and the one thing you got to watch for is, of course, the bigger they are, the hip dysplasia and some of the ailments. My neighbor next door to me, when I had Taz and Chopper, my pits, had 2 Dobermans, and one of them was an albino, creepy looking dude, man, all white with pink eyes, and
You got pink eye?
actually end up. Oh yeah, his eyes, both of his eyes were just pink as can be, and it was pure white Doberman. And they have a lot of health issues that come to find out about, because the thing, it died while I was in the backyard. My dogs, I had 3 lots, and they would just run the fence line. So my 2 dogs were running with his 2 dogs up and down the fence line, and I'm sitting there with my dogs playing, and also I look over and I see Rob with the albino dog laying on its side, and he's kind of looking at me, and I could tell something was going on. And at first I thought I was just playing with him, and then he starts yelling, for help. So I go running over. I jump the fence, and this Doberman, he was just running with my dogs, is laying on its side and just twitching, and it was like kind of foaming at the mouth. And I didn't know. It sounded almost like it was choking or something. So here I am. At that time, I was right after the police, I was working as an EMT. So here, EMT mode kicked in, and I started doing chest compressions on the dog to see if I could pop something out, if it would ate something. Well, then here's the first for me. I actually did mouth to snout on a Doberman to try to clear its airway. So I closed its mouth, pulled the head back, and I blew into the dog's snout and mouth to try to get the air to see if it was flowing. And sure enough, its chest, it was able to breathe. It had an open airway, and all of a sudden it just died right there. And I was like, what the fuck? So the next day I had to take my dogs to the vet just for shots. So I'm talking to my friend who works there, and I told her about, like, it's a Doberman, and I forgot to mention it was the hell that's it, albino. And then finally I said, yeah, man, just freaky, all white. And she goes, oh, an albino Doberman. She goes, they are extremely sickly dogs because of whatever way that they're bred. There's a lot of health issues. And she said, yeah, she goes, sometimes it's heart issues, lung, kidneys, just boom. And so, yeah, that was the first for me doing freaking mouth to snout on a Doberman. So
there you go, mouth to snout, baby. It's never too late, right?
Hey, you know what? You do what you got to do.
That's so. I'm sure he appreciated. Well, the owner appreciated it anyway.
Oh yeah, I felt so bad for him, man. He lost it. He goes running in the house. Here I am out there by myself with his dog. He threw me a blanket. He couldn't even be in the backyard, so I'm out there by myself wrapping his dog up. I was like, I got this thing, but that's all right. But anyways, so
that's crazy. I get such
Tyler,
bad anxiety with cakes.
Don't forget, you got Tyler.
Yes,
Tyler,
to throw this on here too, we have one of our family members, Tyler Thomas.
Tyler ain't waiting in the green room. I could see the green room right now.
Yeah,
OG. Nice try. Nice try.
Tyler wanted to pop. He said he has some things that he wants to share with us.
Yeah.
And
let's find him.
That was earlier. And so I did chat with him a little bit and informed him that we will pop him on here to see what he's got to say. I think what it is, I know he's a big fan of Skyler Ray's. So I think he just wants to talk to Skyler Ray. He's like, screw man.
And I'm a big fan of him. So
yep. And he said, because this is Tyler, he's doing his MMA and kicking ass, and he is doing really good things. And he wants to come out for his first fight. He wants to have his walkout music to be one of your songs.
Yay.
So we're just eventually he's going to probably pop on because he says he has some stuff that he wants to share with us. So we shall see.
Tyler, come out and play. Remember the Warriors? OG?
Oh my God. Do you remember the Warriors?
Remember just the lips?
Nope.
And he was sitting there. Remember those bottles?
Nope.
Yep.
Remember those little
together? And remember, she's like reporting live from Coney Island. All you see is the lips.
Oh yeah, yeah. What was this? The Warriors, and then they had the
you remember the Outsiders? What?
The Outsiders. Oh, you're talking about the
Pony Boy. Stay golden, Pony Boy.
Yes. That was is that the old one with Tom Cruise or that? Wait, was he?
Bro, it has all of them. Patrick
who was the other one? Yes.
Bro, so many people got their acting start in that movie. And they're like big name actors now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
No, I love that. That's one of like my all-time favorites is, I don't want to say too much because Kayla could probably hear me from the other room and I might want to watch that later, but it's a good movie. We do got Tyler in the building. Should we pop him on?
Let's do it.
All right.
How's it going?
Yes,
What's happening, Tyler?
Hey,
How's
Tyler.
it going, y'all?
Okay,
going
now
good.
you could be honest. You know, I know that the only reason you wanted to come on right now is because you're a fan of Skyler's and you just wanted to talk to him, and you could care less if I'm on here at all.
No,
So with that being said, how's it going, Tyler?
pretty good.
Good, good. I'm glad to hear. I heard you have some news for us you wanted to share.
Oh yeah.
Let's hear it.
Hopefully by mid-June I'll be in a fight.
Oh,
right.
snap.
Oh, you gonna be
How
thrown
do you
down,
feel?
man.
Oh yeah.
That's exciting, bro. That's exciting. So, how do you feel? Like, are you mentally training? Are you obviously you've been training this whole way up here? Do you think you're prepared or will be prepared when it comes to June?
Oh yeah. I'm nervous, but that's normal. Like
So how's
Hey, I
this work
believe in
out
you,
now
bro.
with your where you're training right now? Is this something that that they set up fights between obviously different divisions and all that and different
Yeah.
class and everything? But so is this something that has been in the works, or did you just find this out?
yeah, been in the works for about 3 months right at it.
Yeah.
Okay. Congratulations, man. So, what
Yeah.
round are you gonna knock him out in so I know where to
Yeah.
place my bet?
I'm wanting to go at least 3-4 rounds. Like
3,
see
4
if I
rounds. So
can-
you're gonna make a
see if
spectacle.
I
You're
can
gonna
do
dog
it.
walk. All
See if
right,
I can
all
do
right.
it.
Oh
Well, bro,
no,
what
there
if
ain't
you
no
just knock him
secret.
out round 1, bro? What if he ain't ready for the Tyler sandwich? What if you just pow, crack him one, he
Yeah.
falls out?
Yeah.
Hey, one
Yeah,
hit, he just falls
Yeah,
back.
You got to get to Tyler Hammer, man. Come in there
Yeah.
and screw that round 3. Because don't forget, during rounds 1, 2, until 3, he gonna be hitting you too. So I know
Oh,
if that's
yeah.
me in there, I want to hit that fucker one time and knock him out.
There you go.
I don't want to
Hey,
let
hey,
anyone.
they got-
I've been hit too many
The
times.
money's
This
on
thing-
Big T, baby. Money's
like
on
to-
Big T. Let's go.
I like to get in the ring and play though. Like
Okay. All right.
Don't
all
take
right.
this day.
Just-
If you get an opportunity
remember-
to knock someone's ass out, you knock them out.
yeah.
Yep. And don't forget to collect 200 when you pass go.
Yeah.
Hey, listen, man.
know what I'm saying?
When you're these fights now, obviously they're sanctioned and all that stuff. Regular fights. Now, are you going to be able to play Skyler's music?
Yes.
No.
I can-
Oh,
I can use
Oh,
anything I
Nico.
want. I can use anything I want. Like
well.
That's fly.
Do you have some things in mind, or do you want to keep it a surprise, or do you want to give a few different possibilities?
I'm thinking.
Tyler's
shit.
about to come out butt naked to Burnside, baby. Burnside.
Yeah.
Came for the streets where they pack that strap.
Yeah.
Dressed in all black, get tossed in the van. Get
Yeah,
locked
that's
in the
one
cage.
of them.
Oh, I am.
He's gonna come out to Billy Goat. You're gonna have Billy
That
Goat.
too.
He's gonna
I
have
like that one too, though.
and
Oh, Tyler's
you
gonna
know what?
come out, drop the
Tyler,
towel, and drop the
it's-
hammer, baby.
instead, you know what he could do? Instead of having like all of the robe and all that fancy shit, he could come out to Lala and have that alien dude suit and come running out at the very end. I tell you what, the dude you're fighting is gonna see you running out in that. He'd be like, "Fuck this."
Yeah, I
Hell
forfeit.
no. He's gonna be like, no. Big T.
The end part where you come running in, look that way, look that way.
Uh-huh.
Man, you do that
I'm
crazy
excited,
shit
bro.
running into that fight, it'd be awesome. I mean,
Yeah, it
it'd
would.
be
Yeah.
awesome. That's
So
great
Tyler, how
news,
long you
man.
been training?
It's let's see, June will makes a year.
Damn. Wow.
shoot. So you're
Damn,
gonna have a
you
whole
know
year
what?
of training, huh?
Yeah.
You know, Tyler,
Is it-
I am
is
so
it-
proud of you. You know, this
Yeah,
I
I'm
still
proud of
remember
you too, man.
that first
The
time you
hardest
came
part
on.
really is the cardio workouts.
Oh, for
Mhm.
sure. for
Cardio
sure.
will kick your ass. Like
And there are a lot. You know what I like to do? I got a treadmill at the home gym here, so I like to get on that and throw on some some old vintage wrestling on the
Yeah.
TV.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? Sometimes I listen to some music, but I like watching some old pay-per-views from like the 90s and just
Yeah.
kind of get in there as I'm jogging.
that's
you know
when
what
it
I'm
was good too.
Some
And
Ric
that's when it was
Flair.
good. That's when it was
Yeah.
good. I went to foster care 2000. And then I stopped watching it because of the foster homes I was in. And then when I went to watch it later, I don't know if it's because I grew up or what. But I just wasn't really attached to it like that. You know what I'm saying? The old Undertaker, Triple H, DX,
Yeah.
Stone Cold Steve Austin, The Rock.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? When Kane first came out, before he became more of a
Oh,
joke, all those
Yeah.
things, bro, like the old school
Yeah.
WWF
Yeah.
before the E,
Yeah.
that's what I used to watch, and I used to be obsessed with it. That was so my first dream was to be a veterinarian because I love animals so much and I love dogs.
Yeah.
And then my mom told me, she's like, you're gonna have to like give him surgery and shit. And I was like, I'm not
No.
I can't like I can't
No.
give stitches. I can't do any, like, I can't inject nobody with nothing. I mean, which is
No.
crazy 'cause I used to shoot dope, right? But it's like, I
Right.
can't do anything to nobody.
Yeah.
But then I was like, oh, I want to be like Rey Mysterio Jr. because he's little. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying?
you
And I
fly
was like,
all
that's
over
what
the
I'm gonna
place.
be as a WWF wrestler. And then I heard Eminem and it was a wrap. So
Well, I tell you what, man, I actually had I've worn a lot of hats, man. And a good friend of mine that I used to work with, his name was Billy, but his after work name was Nighthawk. He actually wrestled and he did some work with ECW. And this guy was big dude, man, great guy. Me and him got to be good friends. And another friend of mine would always fuck with him. He's like, dude, I want to wrestle you. Well, they do these local shows and gyms, and they just have fall guys that are the ones that are basically the match is over in like 5 minutes. The bell rings, the guy pulls like two, 3 moves, and then his finisher, and you're just wiped out. It's just a filler card. So he said, Jimmy, he goes, I can talk to the promoter and have you come on and doing this. So Jimmy's like, yeah, I'll do it. And we worked at the hospital together. He goes, okay, we're going to call you Jimmy Bad Medicine Thompson. That was his name, Jimmy Bad Medicine. So all of a sudden it was like a week before the match. And Billy comes up to me, he goes, Manny, the fucker's going to bail on me. He's all nervous. He won't do it. He goes, he wants you to come. I'm like, what the hell you want me to do? And I was about 2 weeks away from having to have knee surgery. And I was like, dude, I'm having knee surgery. And he goes, just come in as like the evil manager, just to be for moral support and be part of the match. I was like, fuck yeah, I will. So I was bigger than Jimmy. And so when I got there, I started to fuck around a little bit. Even though my knee was trashed, I started to have some fun in the match. Well, I got involved a little more than I planned on, and the promoter loved it. So next thing you know, I ended up doing 3 matches, and they're usually between 8 to like 10 minutes, maybe.
Yeah.
The last match I did was with the Red Wings and the Darren McCarty and Foundation, and we were at this rink, and the place was packed. And I go into the locker room with these guys, and I look at the schedule, and we were in a triple threat match. And our match, they were like 8 minutes, 12 minutes. It was the longest, 14 minutes. Our match was 26 minutes. I was just like, fuck, man. I hit with chairs, chains. I mean, it was insane.
Yeah.
I got thrown over the ropes. My knee brace popped, and the referee jumped over, and they are right in your ear. They go, "Are you hurt? Are you injured? Right? Can you?" They're right there just to see if you're. And I'm like, my knee. My knees. Like, can you get up? I go, no, my fucking brace. So he pops it open and rolls me back into the ring. That's why you get pile drive, Oh, I tell you what. And for all those matches, I made $20.
Whoa.
Hell yeah.
The next morning, my chest, we had a chop. We were just chopping away at each other. Fuck. And my buddies are like, that's all fake. Man, they go, it's like being on a trampoline. It's plywood with hydraulic jacks. The cable or the ropes are cables that are wrapped. Holy shit. Yeah. So Skyler, woo. Man,
guess what I did yesterday?
What do we got?
Hey, go ahead, Tyler, but then there's a question for you. So go ahead, and then I'll tell you.
I got in the ring and sparred a little bit with this pro, right? Like he's professional, like pro.
Mm-hmm.
And and I've been punched in the liver before, like plenty of times.
God,
so I'm used to that. But we was kickboxing. I was kickboxing. Well, he caught me with a body shot right on the liver with a body kick. And I'm telling you, like it shut my whole body down. Like I swear. It like
I would rather
I folded.
have my nose busted. A liver shot will fuck you up.
Oh yeah.
What do you got, OG?
Okay. John Toole's got a question for you, Tyler. He said, How many hours a day do you train, and how much is it? It's technical, cardio, and weightlifting.
It's more cardio.
Your training
And
is
I
mostly
do,
cardio.
yeah, it's a lot of it's cardio.
Okay.
And
How many
what's your
hours a
training?
day do you think you train?
3 hours a day.
3 hours a day.
Yeah.
So it's a combination of everything, right? Cardio, everything.
That's
awesome,
crazy,
brother.
And I'm kind of addicted to those cold plunges.
Oh,
Ice bath. Man.
We have one at the house. And Kayla likes to use it. And then I try to go in for moral support. And I remember I was on a nice streak. I was making like a week and a half in a row every day doing it. And then one day I kind of just bitched out, and then I never did it again. You know
Do you
what I'm
remember
saying?
the first one?
yeah.
Yeah,
Everyone
Do you
does.
remember the first one, man? That's so scary. Like,
Oh my
Everyone
God.
remembers that first one.
Well, it's hard because like the thing is, like, once you control your breathing, it gets easier because it takes your breath away. So you're, and then you're
The
like,
first one.
you're struggling.
the first one that
Yeah.
my coach was like, just control your breathing. I'm just like, how in the hell are you supposed to control your breathing?
You know, it's funny about that. When they say control your breathing, I'm thinking, okay, control your breathing. So to do very slow. The first time when the trainer was in the locker room was for hockey. And he goes, okay, control your breathing. He goes, so when you get that initial shock, he goes, it's gasping. And I'm like, what? He goes, he goes, that's what you're supposed to do to get your breath and then regulate it slower. Because if you dump your ass into ice cold water and try to breathe normal, you're going to probably have a heart attack. But Tyler, everybody remembers their first time on everything. But I tell you what, especially you jump your ass, besides the little turtle effect you got going on. Well, man, it was like, hey, man, how you doing? I'm doing fine. Why is your voice so high?
No kidding.
I know. Then y'all, yeah.
Yeah,
I agree.
Then as soon as I get out of that, I go straight to the sauna, the steam room.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. Yep. I had guys that used to have a contrast. They'd have the one low boy with all ice and water, and then they had another one next to it with like 75-degree water in it. And they go from that one into that one to try to regulate some of the inflammation and stuff. So, but like Skyler said, man, all you have to do is that one time, which like, and if you got someone who is like going to try to talk you out of it, you're done, because all you have to do is that one. You don't have to do it today if you don't want to. Okay.
That's how happened. Kayla's like, you don't have to do it. And I was like, all right. Okay. And then like 10 minutes later, we're downstairs and I'm like, I
hate leg day. Like leg day, I hate it. But I do it, but I still hate it.
I tell you, Tyler, I really wish that you could have seen, probably about 25 years ago, I used to train people at the gym, and I was a motherfucker, man, with these clients, and I pushed them as hard. I would never ask them to do something I wouldn't do. And
sometimes
I told them on leg. Oh yeah, I told them on leg day, you're not leaving until you get the bucket. And they're like, what are you talking about? I go, you'll see. So we're sitting there training, and they're like, okay, that's it. That's it. Dude, we're just getting started. And I go, you need the bucket? And all of a sudden I could see them starting to turn this pasty white. Yeah. It's like, once you puke, then you're done.
Yeah.
Lord.
Oh, but man, that's awesome, bro. A year ago, or I can't believe it's been a year, because you came on my show and we're talking about what thing you wanted to do. Is nothing about MMA at all. You wanted to jump in the podcast world and start doing this. So I remember we talked about it a little bit. And then when you came on again, we were talking, you never said a word about it. So I was like, okay. Yeah. And then shortly after that, you got a hold of me and you started talking MMA. Yeah. And then all of a sudden you talked about it again and again. And I remember thinking, I go, this dude, this is what you want, your passion. And then I remember you told me, you go, you know what? Instead of podcasting, I think I want to do this MMA shit. And I go, I think you need to. I go, you know what? Addiction's been kicking your ass long enough. It's time for you to kick ass.
Yeah, baby.
And you've been doing it ever since. And Kalisha over at
the good thing is the gym is like literally like probably like 5 minutes up the road from my house too. Like, so I seen it.
Perfect.
So I went by that gym every day, and I kept thinking, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go see what it's about.
No, no excuses. It's too close.
It's a good thing.
Yeah.
See, now you can't puss out either and say, "Oh, I can't go. The weather's bad," or it's what.
No,
it's
like
5
I
minutes,
gotta,
bro.
like we're the whole gym. Everybody that's trains there, we got us like a team and everything. Where we're gonna do these tournaments and everything, like against different gyms. And like literally, they live around here. And if I can't, like, if I don't have a ride that day, they're like, "Oh, we'll come and get you." Like, there's no laying out. Like,
Hey, you know what, Skyler? Skyler, we got to get him coming with us to New York because my boy AJ Galante has Champs Gym with Coach Dave.
Yeah.
And that's with the Danbury Trashers and those boys. They've got their gym is full of pro fighters that are on TV going at it. With AJ's got, I think, 2 or 3 fighters that he's promoting right now.
Nice.
So if you might, if you want to talk to them, man, I'll hook some up where you can talk to them.
yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Big T, baby. Big T going for the first round knockout.
You know what we should do is find out a song that he might like, and maybe you can, when you're ready to end the show, put that
At one
video up.
time, I was thinking about doing the bare knuckle until I seen some of the fights. That's a little bit too crazy.
No. You know what? I mean, maybe back to my drinking days. Nah. I did enough of that.
Fights, and man, like when they get hit, like that looks like they get split open by axe.
You look like this. This is what you end up looking like, brother. This is what you look like. This is from all those days in the cage, with the clubs and shit.
Only you're not fight, you end up looking like Manny at 35. It's not a good
That's why you'll always hear Manny's got a face for radio.
He does. And that's why he does podcasts. Unfortunately, lives in the digital world where he has to go live. People have to see his face. You're in the wrong generation. But yes, face for the radio. Absolutely.
I got face for the radio, baby.
Man, I remember the worst fight I ever got into was when I was sitting in the county jail.
Uh oh.
That's where I got this scar right here. I was like, man.
You know what? You're locked up. You better be fighting for your life, or you're gonna lose something else.
I hit him, and he got the spaghetti legs, and I was like, okay, I'll let him up. We're gonna box this out. No, when he come up from there, like
Tyler.
That was your first mistake, Tyler.
Oh yeah.
You got to ground and pound from there, bro. You got to break an arm and say uncle. You know what I'm saying?
Never let somebody else.
Dog walk him over to his little locker, make him put the combination in, hook you up with 3 soups and a Babe Ruth. Call it a day. You know what I'm saying?
There ain't no such thing as a fair fight, man. There ain't no here. I'll let you throw the first punch.
You get him in that bathroom stall, put in work, and then you send him out there to go get that money released for him.
We was both bleeding, and the cops come in there, and they're like, "What happened?" I said, "I fell in the shower," and he asked him, and he was like, "I fell in the shower," and he looked at us like, "Both y'all fell in the shower?" Like
they're like, "Oh, a domestic."
yeah.
Sorry, bro.
It was a domestic dispute over L'Oreal soap. You gotta get that head wash.
Had to get that soup.
Yeah,
make some taffy.
Oh
my God,
I don't miss them days at all.
Man. Definitely keep at it, bro. Like it just shows that the sky is the limit, man. You put your mind to something, you can do it. And no matter what the results are on game day, just understand that you deserve to be there. And so it's like win or lose, bro. You get up and guess what? You live to fight another day, man. And that's what it's about.
Yeah, no matter what, you already won. I mean,
and it's crazy sparring somebody, like they're so gentle about it afterwards. Like when you get knocked down, they're just like, "Oh, are you okay?" Like I'm just like,
say no, motherfucker. Say, get off me, get up. And
you knock me down, and then be like, "Oh, are you okay?" Like,
hey, you got to grow out that beard so everybody misses all their uppercuts.
Yeah,
it's like a cushion.
I shaved some of it.
I'll see. So you're already messing up. You might have to take it to round 2. Get on that cardio, boy. Get on that cardio.
Learn how to bob and weave more.
Damn, that's awesome, man. I tell you what, you've come a long way, and this is just the beginning. I mean,
congratulations.
I'm gonna be fighting in the 150-pound weight class.
Okay. Is that what's your normal weight? Is that your normal weight?
That's around my normal.
That's about what you know. Okay.
Yeah, you see the sticker on it. You see the sticker on his hoodie. It says "Cannot be outside in heavy wind or he'll blow away." So they have to put ankle weights on him, right? They go just blowing him away.
I'm the lightweight.
You see Danny here?
When I first started meth, I was like, the day I decided to get clean, I was like maybe 129. Like,
oh my God.
yeah.
Oh, no shit.
It was
How
like
tall are you?
5'9".
And you said what? 120?
Hey, you 5'9"?
What'd you say? 120 what? 125?
129.
Damn, bro.
That's skinny,
Oh,
bro.
did you see Danny here?
Yeah.
Danny says, Tyler, are you going to have someone record the fight? Or are you going to be live on Facebook?
Oh, he's gonna record the
you
fight
go.
himself.
I'll have-
He's gonna have a phone in one hand and just one to him.
Yeah, you're going to be doing it yourself. You'll be doing selfies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hell
you're
yeah,
doing it yourself.
bro.
You guys like, see this? Yo, this would be
Yeah, my dad will definitely be there. I'll get him to record it.
Good. Very good.
Hey.
No,
That's
definitely
black,
looking
bro.
forward to it, man.
Just
That
don't
is-
mind my dad cussing on the video because he will be
Oh, fuck
raising
that.
from hell.
No, there ain't no
God
fucking
damn it,
swearing.
Pop!
No,
Hard that
not
fucking pigskin, boy.
Yes.
not on our show. Not up in here. Not up in here. We don't allow no fucking swearing on this show.
No swear whatsoever.
No.
Absolutely. Absolutely, man.
Front
I'm
row.
excited, bro. I'm super excited. Manny, you want to take us out in a second? Before we do, is there anything you want to say to people, Tyler? Or?
No, I think I'm good.
All
Yeah,
right.
I tell you what, man.
Stay in tune for Tyler's fight coming up possibly in mid-June or in June. I'm sure we'll keep you updated. Anytime he comments, we'll make sure to pop it up on the screen. Tyler, thank you for joining us at the end. We are absolutely grateful for you, man.
Yes.
Thank you for having me.
This whole journey, bro. We definitely have. So I'm gonna go ahead and remove you from the screen. Go ahead.
You know what?
All right.
Before you go, what about, because we always like to end with one of Tyler's videos, with one of his songs. You got something?
Tyler's training day.
You got something
Okay.
you wanna request a song? We're gonna end. We always end with one of Skyler's songs in his videos.
There we go.
You got something? You got something in particular, or do you want Skyler to pick it?
Just pick it.
No.
All right.
Pick it.
This is what we
He said
do
you
right
pick it,
now.
mother. Pick it.
All right. So we about to play Concrete Rose with King Handsome, Kayla, myself, and my buddy
Whoa.
AC. So let's
Okay.
go ahead
Whoa.
and wind this back right now. Whoa.
There he is.
Boom, 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 boom. All
gonna hit
right,
that
here
mic.
we go.
A rose from concrete rises, spent my life surviving, living, dreaming, dying, rising.
You know what the going on. Rise from the gravel, made it out the streets. Victim of the gavel, making ends meet. No Zach, no Cody. Life was not sweet. I brought a bigger table so that everyone can eat. Growing up tough, young and defiant, made it out the bottom. Praise to the highest. I'm so self-reliant. My touch be the Midas. I'm standing 6 feet with the heart of a giant. You know when the wind blows, stand down on your 10 toes. Stay out the windows. Bullet fly, you get bulldozed. I was trapping out apartments. I was running up a lot. Weapons hid under garbage, and I'm beating all the charges. You need the wheel to drive, but you ain't never drove it. Ride around with this Elsa. These diamonds, they frozen. Trapping like Griselda, balling like DeRozan. You play the hand. They dealt you. I play the one that was chosen. You see?
Rose from concrete rises, spent my life surviving, living, dreaming, dying, rising to the sky. Rose from concrete rises, spent my life surviving, living, dreaming, dying, rising to the sky.
I done rose from the concrete. If it ain't on me, crumbs reach up, pardon me. Please don't move too sketchy in my area. Clap you, the lawyers could fight it in superior. Bang, bang, then the lawyers fight it in superior. We area. My question is, with the bag like me, I'm still dipping off. Gotta catch the last flight. Gotta keep my cash right. Gotta keep this mag right. You know I'm grateful. They tried to get me last night, but dipping off. Hot boy King Handsome, they can't get the sauce. I'm grateful, cause Splash, he ain't get to see this. I'm King Handsome, got the world thinking I'm conceited. But truth is, hustle and never sleep on the loop. 2 in the morning, I was out there on that corner. 2 in the morning, you know it's posted like a soldier. 2 in the morning, I still look over my shoulders. Cause 2 in the morning, you know they try and knock you over. We be out
Rose from concrete rises, spend my life surviving, living, dreaming, dying, rising to the sky. Rose from concrete rises, spend my life surviving, living, dreaming, dying, rising to the sky.
Always wanted a lot, but never had much. Needle full of that good stuff, addicted to that hairbrush. Allergic to the boot, and always broke out in handcuffs. No matter what I did, felt like it wasn't enough. Maybe I'm late, can't escape crime scenes, yellow tape. My life is a movie, this is the 3rd take. No matter success, could feel this heartache. Like behind bars, I know how a Cuban cigar tastes. I came from the block, running from the cops, lost in the moment. This is my one shot. The spotlight is bright, a long way from interrogation under fluorescent lights. At night peddling dope, downtown on a bike. I asked God to save me, and He gave me a mic. I hope He forgive me. A rose from the concrete is something out of Disney. I wanna say thank you for not quitting on me like my kidney.
A rose from concrete rises, spend my life surviving, living, dreaming, dying, rising to the sky. A rose from concrete rises, spend my life surviving, living, dreaming, dying, rising to the sky. A rose from concrete rises, spend my life surviving.
Ladies and gentlemen, that was Concrete Rose by myself, Kayla, also AC, and King Handsome. We shot that. I see the little doggo. I see the doggo, baby.
Got the boots.
No, we shot that south side of Chicago. We had a great time when we did that. So
I love that verse. It didn't quit on me like my kidney.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, we both talked about our kidneys.
Yeah.
The round of applause. Are you glad you got that work, Manny?
Yeah, fine.
Yeah.
See, now that I know, I got to put it in the top right there. I got to put it.
Get out of here, man. You look at you, X-rated, man. He's got to be.
Yeah, Skyler Ray showed me. He said, I'm doing it wrong. I got to put it right in the tip of the microphone. I had it on the side.
Microphone.
That's what she said.
Yeah, you said you're doing it wrong, Manny.
Hey, Manny, I got a fun video. Can I play it one time? I don't know if you've ever seen
Let's do
this
it.
one. Okay, hold on. Sorry, OG.
Okay with you, Tyler?
No problem.
Got time for one more, Tyler?
Yeah.
Good, Tyler.
All
right.
All right. Hold on 1 second. Let me see this real quick. Boom, boom, boom. You like how it tried to give me an ad in the middle of like playing a song?
Yeah, I've seen that.
Shit.
Skyler Ray, no other.
OG
way.
says
she always out of control like that. Hey, so this was a fun one. We shot this one a little bit more different. Normally we have the professional camera and everything like that. I really like how this came out because we shot it on a cell phone. But check this out. Check this one out. This one is super fun. It is called No Other Way. So we shot this last year. It was super fun. Let's get it.
Let's go.
I was really on that block and had to keep close. We was really on that block, with some boat. I was really on that block and had to keep my close. We was really on that block with some boat.
I used to run the block, then we jetted from the cops. Got my wrist flicking like we cooking in the pot.
I used to go to jail every week. Mad cases, judge kept sending me back. Mad, put the metal to his mouth. He had braces. I punched in the mouth, left no taste buds. Like that I lived real, couldn't make up. Real in the street, I be who they think of. We was out there running around in them blammy days. Like, that's all I ever had. I used to go to jail every week. I ain't had nowhere to sleep. I used to go to jail, that's on me. I was out there thugging, all I had was my dream. All I had was my dream. I ain't see it no other way. All I had was my dream. I ain't see it no other way. All I had was my dream. On that smack, but I learned a lot from him. How to cook that rock from him, how to work that block from him. He said keep your foot on their necks and don't you ever let up. And when you go meet a new connect, don't get no bread up. I done learned from veterans. I could smell a setup from here. If you come close, you gon' you over there. I was really on that block and had to keep my close. We was really on that block with some more. No other way. I ain't see it 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 no other way.
I used to run the block, then we jetted from the cops. Got my wrist flicking like we cooking in the fire. Yeah, you could go and hate me. Got this thing on safety. On the block, I had them look like my name was Sway Lee. Have you paid me? That's on the daily. That's a yes, not a maybe. Got phone book go crazy till my death like Patrick Swayze. I was on the block like it was a dog fight. Running from the cop like lit up like a strobe light. I was getting my dough. County blues like Gonzo. Yeah. Cause I'm bored again, folded like an accordion. Come up shorter than Napoleon. I used to go to jail every week, yeah. Cause you ain't felt this pain. Mix my dope up with the rain. Doorway ENT, where I slept is in the name.
I used to go to jail every week. I was up, I ain't had nowhere to sleep. I used to go to jail, that's on me. I was out there thugging, all I had was my dream. All I had was my dream. I ain't see it no other way. All I had was my dream. I ain't see it no other way. All I had was my dream. All I had was my dream.
We skit scat scoodled out of there.
What was that first song that what was the one that where he flew you and Kayla? It wasn't it around COVID or something like that? That first song.
Wanna go?
He flew, huh?
Want to go?
What is that? The one that he flew you in or something like that? That song he flew you and Kayla in. And they have that one part of the video is you coming off the
King
plane.
Hustle, baby.
Yeah, throw that one on and that'll be our last one.
All right,
we got one more. Tyler, we got one more, brother.
All right.
So, anybody watching this, guys, if you do not know, I keep a lot of stuff up because I am very proud of the way I have improved. This is by far not my best verse. You know, I had a lot of work to do and I finally found myself, so I'm proud of it. But this song right here is probably about 5 years old. And he hit me up because he's seen a photo of me with a bunch of merch and things like that. And he was asking my story. So then he paid me for a song. He flew us out. We got a hotel. He even gave us a car to use while we're there. And this right here is called King Hustle. And the rest is history. And now we do everything for free for each other. That's just the way we operate. But it's crazy how, like, the very first time, hey, let me get a water bottle. Like, what's your story? Oh, I like that. Can I pay you for a verse? Can I fly you out here? And then the brothership has grown from there. So I appreciate him because he was paying me for a verse and I was trash compared to him back in the day. So here we go. Here is King Hustle. Let's get it. Says the video was over 4 years ago. Not sure the date of the release, but here it is. Let's pop it back up on the screen. Let's get it.
Hustle.
Yeah, you got the light up?
Skyler Ray. Tell him, Whoa.
God, why it's always raining around me? I feel like there's too much pain around me. I try to do my best, they still see the worst. Anytime I'm going rest when I'm in a hearse. King Hustle, don't know my name, don't know my hurt. I had to struggle to do that, to put in work. But God, why it always raining around me? I feel like there's too much pain around me. I try to do my best, they still see the worst.
Skyler Ray. Whoa, life to the finish. Been through some things make you squeamish. What you know about the struggle, they don't know about the pain. All they see is the hustle. I switched, made it legal. Close to dead or equal, so I came back for the sequel. Got a sixth sense addiction, had me seeing dead people. I changed my ways, mama, they still judge me for my evil. It hurts and I know that. Tunnel vision like Kodak. I done been to the pen. Lost a couple of friends, took a couple of losses. Then I took my life back. Held myself hostage. I took my life back. Held myself hostage.
I try to do my best, they still see the worst. King Hustle, don't know my name, don't know the hurt. It's King Hustle, I had to struggle to put in work. But God, why it always raining around me? I feel like there's too much pain around me. I try to do my best, they still see the worst. I try to do my best, they still see the worst.
Whoa, hit me up, the rest came overnight. I laid down a verse, then caught a flight. Whoa, hit me up, the rest came overnight. I laid down a verse, then caught a flight.
I done put so many niggas on, and that's on God. They saying that they real, but it's just really for them songs. Told my mama on it, I pop him in his head. Don't talk none of that if you don't make sure it's fair. I be really on my shit, like bully on my shit. Skyler hit his P.O., had to make the trip legit. And he flying up from P.O., that's really a trip. The trip I lost 3, they think I'm sick. Now my ain't nothing, I bounce back. If it's really a problem, gonna go black. Even though you got that band, you still get in the coop. Was it easy? That ball was the truth. God, why it's always raining around me? I feel like there's too much pain around me. I try to do my best, they still see the worst. Anytime I'm going rest, when I'm in a hearse. King Hustle, don't know my name, don't know my hurt. I had to struggle to do that, to put in work. But God, why it always raining around me? I feel like there's too much pain around me. I try to do my best, they still see the worst.
Skyler Ray. Whoa.
Indeed. That was an old school throwback right there. I like it though.
Yeah.
I like it because it's history and it's
Yeah.
like coming from where we come from, and it kind of just shows it. You know, and since then he's became one of my best friends and this journey of life, and it's really awesome to see us grow. Even like his material's grown. I'm proud of who he is as a person today. So it's a beautiful journey, man. Sometimes, and all it took was just me answering my inbox and my message. And the rest is history. So
unreal, man. It's just the way things happen are the way they're supposed to happen.
Yeah,
and nothing to when you force it, it doesn't work. And when you just let things roll off, man, this is what happens. Oh, who you got there?
My girlfriend's daughter. Come here.
Oh, let's say hi.
Are you gonna be shy now?
Tell her we said hi.
They said
just
hey.
want to let you know you guys are having people all the way from South Africa and the Philippines.
That is awesome.
That's right.
There you go. Music and Mayhem's in.
Hey, you know what's crazy? Is you see the did you see the hat in the video? Oh, there she is. Hey! Hey, so this might be the exact same hat I wore in the video.
And the dog,
like
and the dog is attacking her.
Yeah, I see that.
Yeah.
I see that. You getting beat up and chewed up over there, huh? Is that how you're gonna take care of your opponent?
Yeah, probably. Hit him like a
You never let him get up. You never had a chance.
Like a child. Wow.
Absolutely. Well, I appreciate you guys so much. Manny, would you like to take us out?
Oh, most definitely. Tyler, thanks a lot, brother. I had a good time with you, man.
Thanks for having me on.
Congratulations on the upcoming fight. We will be in touch. You know that.
Oh,
absolutely.
Yeah,
We love you.
Well, that was another amazing episode of Music and Mayhem, man. Thank you guys so much, man. We love you. We appreciate you. And just never know what to expect.
Mm-hmm.
Today, we were blessed. We had Tyler coming on here. And like I said, he wouldn't say what, but he hit up OG and about wanting to share something that meant a lot to him. And I know how much this meant to him because I was one of the first ones he told about this MMA stuff. So, Skyler, congratulations, man. And for everyone else, what we may be doing here is throwing some stuff out to get some people to come on here just for a quick little 5-minute, whatever it may be, to celebrate a little something just like that. And not only that, whatever your favorite Skyler Ray video music is, let us know too, because that might maybe move you up on the line to come on the show. So on behalf of all of us here, man, we love you guys. Thank you for being you. We love you. Keep fighting the good fight.